Let's see what's going on.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and I want to start this video off by just reminding people that when you're driving a motor vehicle, always be careful. Now,
Hmm.
this is a pretty, heavy topic for me, and it's actually
Okay,
one
what happened?
where I want to talk about it because I have a pretty personal connection. You know,
We are
somebody that
living
has
in a
seen
dystopian
loved
movie.
ones die at the hands of traffic accidents, it's no joke, okay?
Goddamn.
There is nothing more guttural of a punch to you than waking up one day, having a conversation with somebody, messaging them, and a couple hours later you wonder, wow, I wonder why they're not responding. Maybe they're really busy at work. And then somebody else calls you and gives you the news that you're never going to be speaking to this person again because they just got splattered all over the highway like it was a game of Halo, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
Holy
I've
fuck,
made
what
videos
happened?
talking about people like Jack Doherty. I've made tons of videos on like influencers doing
Oh shit,
stupid
what
stuff.
the fuck?
But today's video genuinely was one coming from a creator that I do still respect, and a creator that I honestly really expected to do like infinitely better. So for anybody that doesn't know, Marques Brownies, 19.6 million subscribers strong, is a pretty massive
Oh.
channel where they make, tech videos
Did
with a
you just
really,
ram the
really heavy
Cyberpunk
flair.
car?
You ever want to
Not
watch a video
Cybertruck?
talking about, something like a tri-folding phone? People
Ah.
people that I've unfolded a galaxy around get blown away looking at it. All right, this guy's showing you triple folds. You want to look at the M4 Mac Mini? Awesome. Now, like a lot of larger channels, a lot of channels in general, sponsorships are kind of how they're able to pay for a lot of the back end of their stuff. So one of the
Okay.
videos that Marques released literally a day ago, how my video gear is changing. Now, there's a great actual like thing for anybody that hates sponsorships on
Oh.
YouTube. There
Did
is
he just
one
sell
actual
out?
extension known as Sponsor Block that actually titled the entire video that Marques Brownlee, basically almost the whole thing, as an ad read. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is. Okay, if you
Oh.
go down into it, thanks
Goddamn.
DGI for sponsoring today's video. Now, I have no issue with
Oh.
YouTubers sponsoring the video. Hell,
GG.
you can make an entire sponsored video if you had to. As long as the video is honest and it comes with the personality of the creator, I really don't give a shit.
Oh.
Personally, this Macintosh you're seeing right over here, all right, I know it's a little bit hard, but that
Hey,
Mac is
that
something that I'm
laptop looks
using
pretty
for a
good.
video, probably when I get back from filming at
Like,
Caleb's
I like
house
the
this
squareness of
weekend,
it. It
where I
looks
want to
like
actually
very
look at Mac
premium.
gaming because quite literally it's made some strides. But obviously, to pay for some of the expensive stuff from Apple, taking a sponsor and then helping pay is something that you can do on the channel. I think it's totally okay. Now, the sponsor wasn't the worst or craziest part, and it's not something that I have an issue with. Now, if you watch this video now, there's an entire segment that's apparently been cut. And what does that segment have? It has Marques Brownlee recklessly driving. And I'm not talking a little over the limit. I'm talking enough to get a license suspended on the fucking spot. So, yeah, this is one
Oh,
thing
what
that
he
I
did?
saw, and it really did piss me off. But, normally when I see a YouTuber just like kind of shuffle things out by cropping videos, it makes me realize that, yeah, they not only knew they made a fucking serious mistake, but,
Oh.
just pretending like it didn't happen is wild. Now, if I was to be charitable, I would think, with the resources that Marques has, he probably shut down the road that I'm about to show you. But there was no mention of this. In fact, he's like, cut out the unnecessary driving clip that obviously added nothing to the video. I hear all your feedback on sponsored videos.
Well,
People in the comments are just roasting, so let's look at the video
thank
clip
you.
that never
That
added
was
anything to
fast.
the video. Why even remove it at that point if it's so short? So yeah, it's kind of wild when you look at it. There's people who have already clipped this footage, and so what I'm gonna
Oh,
do is just
what
to
has
kind of
happened?
diffuse the
I want to see it.
seriousness of this. I'm gonna view this from the lens of somebody playing something like Gran Turismo, for instance, right? A Gran Turismo license test, one would say. So this is
Okay.
Marques in a Lamborghini. Now I don't know exactly which brand of Lamborghini this is, but if you look at the actual console, it is a hypercar. Okay, it's not the fucking Urus, it's not the SUV variant, right? Nothing drives
Okay.
me insane. Now, mind you, he's driving in this kind of wooded enclosure. All right, this if you ever driven in like New Jersey, all right, Pennsylvania, you recognize this landscape pretty well. So if you look very carefully,
Yeah.
for
This
some
doesn't look premium at all. This looks like a fucking video game. Look at this. People actually pay money for this? This looks stupid as hell.
reason, okay, the people at
Yeah, when I saw this, I don't know, but I like to see a speedometer needle that just goes back and forth. That's more satisfying than this.
Lamborghini and Ferrari or any supercar decided to put a speedometer on the passenger side. You know, normally I would just be like, would just give them climate control or music control. Why the fuck does the passenger need the goddamn speedometer? It doesn't make any sense. It's just there to be there. Anyways, that said, let's hit play over here. So as Marques is driving,
it's literally there for your dad to backseat your ass.
You can start to see,
for your rich dad to backseat your ass, because that's why there is a speedometer.
There's a very evident slow your car down there, pal. There's children in this area.
Oh, okay.
Right? There's some kids, they could spawn at any moment. And let me tell you something about kids on the road, okay? As somebody that was once coming home, like years ago back to my house, you know, this is like late at night, like literally, not late at night, this was like after the sun went down.
That's so funny, but
kids don't play out after the sun went down. That's how I grew up.
I show myself
like I am driving like 10 to 15, kilometers an hour, sometimes 5 in my neighborhood, is because one time
most
a
of the
kid
time
spawned,
it's just 60 kilometers.
Like,
that's it.
Jumped out
that's my maximum speed. No matter what vehicle you give me.
I was always going to drive at like grandmother speeds, so I wouldn't like splatterhouse a child all over the road, okay? I don't want to catch that charge. But anyways, he sees the slow children sign, okay? It's pretty evidently there. All right, so he's like, whatever, okay, 45 miles an hour is fine. Speed limit, 30.
Wait, 45 miles per hour, is that faster than miles? How fast is it? Holy fuck, he's going on 70? Jesus Christ. That is very fucking faster. Like I said, my maximum speed here is just 60. I can't go faster than that. I literally freak out.
5. Now, like Gran Turismo,
because after 60 kilometers faster, if you go faster than that, the wind against you just changes completely. I do not like the feel of that. It just makes me so uncomfortable.
He's doing a licensing test. He is already 45.
Immediately slow the bike down.
You've already got the failure. You got to retry the event there, buddy. But of course, the more you go up, he's like, whatever, dude. We're at 51. Now, right after he crosses 54. This sign, all of a sudden, he has to rip the vehicle. And he rips the car to the point that it hits 91 miles an hour. Now, this is where...
Holy shit. Are you kidding me? He just went like around 140 kilometers per hour, dude. God damn.
You know that...
That's like some kind of speed you do it on a racetrack.
You're actually guilty of doing something bad. So usually car YouTubers blur out the speedometer in a video, okay? Especially when they're doing things like rips. Because according to, I think, YouTube's harmful or dangerous policy, they don't want you to be doing harmful or dangerous acts, okay? Just because if you're ripping a car down a road like that, it can be dangerous. I don't know if it entirely falls underneath this act.
I mean, there are so many near, kind of videos on YouTube, but they don't really give a shit about it, I think. Maybe it get demonetized, who knows. But I will highly against this, especially if you're in a freaking... this kind of speed, you do not even bring the freaking race car on the freaking main road. You take this bitch to the track.
But yeah,
you do not buy a Lamborghini and then ride it on the freaking streets, dude. That's not the point of Lamborghini whatsoever.
YouTubers go out of the way to blur it so that A, they don't get in legal trouble, and also their video...
I think what should have they done, Lamborghini as a producer, production company, probably have a really heavy induced limiters on the speed of that vehicle. That shit can go over like 300.
Don't get hit by YouTube's, moderation. But again, the person editing this video forgot that blurring this didn't matter as long as you were driving a fucking car that gave us...
That's his bane of his existence right there.
Speedometer to the passenger for some fuck all reason. Now, according to Gran Turismo, Marques failed entirely, okay? Not only do you retry the event, we delete your save file and you retry from the beginning, okay? So yeah, this was a pretty wild thing to be seeing right over here. And again, it was just cut out and they're kind of pretending like nothing happened. But, again, to show you how YouTubers blur their stuff out. So yeah, when people blur out their stuff, like one YouTuber that I watch, actually, the Topher, for people who like just showcase supercars, because I ain't gonna buy a supercar. Like if I drive under the limit, these things are actually useless. And I think personally, they're a heavy waste of money, okay?
Well, yeah, it's complete garbage. It doesn't have any mileage. You just fucking have to bet your money. and then it just stays outside your house. What's the point of this? You know, it's just waste of
You can do a
money
lot
for
more
me at
than just,
least.
enjoy a car that you're going to have fun for like a month and then forget about. But anyways, they
Yeah.
drive these vehicles.
Rich people that actually want to have more money don't really care about
He
this shit.
gets onto this entry onto the highway. And of course, they blur the speedometer because they're having a lot
Yeah.
of fun doing these pulls.
Yeah, that's fourth gear. That means he's going about around like 400 miles per hour at least
They're
minimum.
driving at a speed that YouTube would not.
You can just tell by the gear. The first gear it can go for 40, second it can go for 80, third it will probably go for like 110 or 120. This is the fourth gear.
Not approve of, and I'm pretty sure if there was a black Dodge Charger
And
with
then look at the RPM there. You see that it's almost
a little
max
hidden
out.
police siren on top, they would
Like 70%.
absolutely not enjoy that. So yeah, this is just why YouTubers do it. It's been going on for quite a while. In any car circle, like for 10 years, any channel that shows polls, they typically bypass the moderation, and of course, I assume legal trouble in that case. But there's a big difference between that highway poll and the child poll that I showed you, not the child poll, the child zone area poll, right? It's that if a child that popped up out of nowhere, okay, like look, if this is a kid, and this is your Lamborghini going 35, that kid's dead. All right, simple as that. Like, this is not even a joke. At 91, that kid's splattered like some fucking noob on Blood Gulch. All right, it's over. It's done. So people always look at these videos and like, whatever, no harm, no foul, nobody got hurt. But the thing about it is, it's like, look,
yeah, there is a reason why there is a board there, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's why. That's the reason.
I've made fun of people like Jack Doherty and shit all the time. I've made fun of tons of influencers doing stupid stuff. For somebody as large as Marques Brownies, it should become pretty evident that if you wanted to do this kind of stuff, and this was a pretty inconsequential part of a video, like we're talking a 4 or 5 second clip that didn't even need to be part of the thing. I don't know why they had to put it in, but the fact that they did and completely forgot about it.
Yeah, he just wanted to show off that he has a Lamborghini. Why else you would put? Why else you put a freaking Lamborghini in a freaking what do you got? Video about a video camera? Like, come on, he wants to show off.
Maybe they wanted to show off the Lamborghini a little bit because it looks nicer to the audience.
Yeah, that's it. That's simple as that. If he has Lamborghini, he will get bait people.
Maybe they wanted to show off the pole, but they blurred one of the speedometers to make it look normal. Point is, it was thrown in, and it's a pretty awful thing. Like for a sponsored ad read, you're just digging like B-roll clips, and one of the B-roll clips is you actually driving in a zone where children could be playing. It was daylight clearly, and potentially causing some serious harm. Again, like I told you, this is a pretty heavy topic for me, so this is not something where I'm like looking at what Marques did and I'm just coming off like a hater. This is something where I genuinely did expect better from this guy. If this
it's absolutely wrong. Like, you don't have to freaking beat around the bush. It's absolutely wrong. And if he does that other time, he should be
something like Squeeze Benz or some fucking dipshit on Kick who does the dumbest, internet stunts imaginable. Sure, I probably wouldn't even consider that surprising. But this coming from a channel as large as Marques Brownies, somebody who I know is smart, somebody who at his size could easily have taken the initiative to find like a highway to do a pull on, right? There's no issue with doing a pull on a highway. I have absolutely.
That guy is so big, he could literally go into a track and do that
ripped
shit.
My car reasonably.
It's not even going to cost him that much.
Especially late at night when it's completely empty. Like there's not another car on the highway, not even a cop, not even J Station's allegedly dead girlfriend's ghost haunting the fucking highway of Toronto. Never have I even bothered to do that, okay? Like, I understand. But in a zone with children, come on, dog. You know better than that. You're at a size where you can write an email to like a track and just have like a relationship if you wanted to get that footage in the first place.
Exactly. That's what I said. He is too big. He can just hire a freaking track.
It's just insane shit to kind of see.
Just to do this shit.
This is some kind of like controversy farming technique, but obviously what you're kind of seeing over here is something like, at least in where I live, stunt driving. I don't know, the laws are different in Jersey. Things are going to be different. Laws are different in New York. So obviously in Canada, if you're driving a vehicle like this, a stunt drive, the illegal activity is dangerous. Getting caught can lead to significant fines and car insurance repercussions. And I believe that certain amount is like 50 miles, 50 kilometers or more over the speed limit, where the limit is like 80 kilometers. So kind of like highway speeds, and you're like ripping your car like crazy. Driving at a speed of 150 kilometers or more, which when you look at 95 miles an hour, that's like 152, bro. That's really fast. Yeah, your car
Hmm.
effectively like gets impounded right there. Licenses are suspended. You might even get like criminal charges. And I absolutely think that is the best penalty to give. Now, obviously, in the US and Canada, I think like the fine system is pretty stupid. Like, if you're really rich, you'll get like a fine of like $300-400, which, like, obviously, if you're loaded, it's not going to be the biggest deterrent in the world. Your insurance rate's going up, sure, but if you can
Hmm.
afford it, it doesn't really matter.
And for the fines to really, again, make sense, I think they should match what your income is every year. Again, if we're going with the system, that's just my opinion.
Now, obviously, Marques's like whole level of controversy doesn't just like sit over here. I mean, like literally like a month and a half ago, he had this thing called the Panels app, which, if you were in the tech space, caused a lot of controversy. I saw it. I didn't make a video on it because, to be honest with you, I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. He made a pretty good
Ah.
response to this. But for anybody that doesn't know what was going on with this, it was an application where for like $50 a year, you could get high quality wallpapers. So, coming from a guy that literally would rip on any other product for being dog shit in quality, he produces an actual application which basically provides an overpriced service in every capacity. It's just kind of like, again, something where like, hey, the guy who's covering it should have known better. And I like Marquise. Marquise has made plenty of
Yeah.
amazing videos with things like the Escobar Fold, where he literally has showcased and broke down the involvement of an alleged criminal enterprise with a shitty fucking phone release, right? Like, it's fun to watch this guy's content, but obviously looking at stuff like this, and this comes from a real personal perspective,
I mean,
it's
it's
just
not
dog
a
shit to
big
see.
deal at the
And
same
to see it
time. It
kind of
is
be
a
swept
problem.
under the rug without,
Yeah.
again, being properly like, hey, really my bad, okay? Really, I could have put some lives in danger. It's just insane to see. And look,
Yeah, that's
at the
true.
end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not making these videos to like cancel somebody or like remove somebody from like a pool. It's just one of those things where, look, my YouTube channel is like a diary for me. Yesterday, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 6 mod uh, on my channel, but sometimes I see something
Wait,
that an influencer does
can
that
I
just
see that?
blows me away in stupidity. And I kind of have to talk about it. And this is one of those things where, look, at the end of the day, if you're somebody that is driving a vehicle or you're ripping a car, just do it in a safer location, all right? Don't fuck around with the lives of children or adults or
Yeah,
anybody. It's not
absolutely.
even like somebody, I'm trying to be like virtuous or like morally righteous in this situation. It's just from the perspective of somebody that has lost people in this situation, do better. Like, simple as that, man. Like, goddamn. I expect this shit from Jack Doherty. I expect this shit from Johnny Somali. I expect this shit from any
Ah.
dumbass over on IRL streaming platforms. I don't
Yo,
expect
great
this
video.
from Marquise Brownlee.
Let me link the
But yeah,
video
this
and
is
then
me,
you
Leader
guys
Han.
can
If you
check
like
that
what you
out.
saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.